Here is something you can implement right here, right now, within the next 10 seconds that will set you on the path of weight loss success. Weigh yourself every single day. So there's a study published in 2018 that looked at how people weigh themselves and how that correlates to how much weight they gain or they lose. So some people weighed themselves quite a lot, while others not as much. The study basically showed that people who weighed themselves 6 times to 7 times per week, which is basically every single day, lost much more weight compared to the people who weighed themselves once a week or less. Basically what this shows is what we measure, we end up making progress on. It's only after seeing the real stats that we can make improvements onto our baseline. So for example, at the start of my weight loss journey, I never tracked my calories. I had no idea how much I was eating, how much protein I was getting in. I was frustrated with the results I was getting in the gym and in my weight loss, but who can I really blame if I wasn't tracking anything that was going into my body? The same thing applies for weight loss when it comes to tracking your weight. The same thing applies to money when you're trying to make more money. If you have no idea what your income is, if you have no idea what you're spending throughout the month, you're more likely to not make progress on that goal. So what is the best way to weigh yourself? This is something that I do, and you can just copy and paste from my day. But what I like to do is I wake up and I don't drink or don't eat anything. I like to be completely fasted, even water-wise as well. Do not drink water because it will change how much you weigh. The first thing I do is I go use the bathroom. I typically would just pee, but you know, if you need to take a shit every single morning, then do so. You just want to keep some consistency, so I just pee in the morning. First thing, I get that water out and then I go weigh myself. Make sure you weigh yourself with the same type of clothing or close to something of the same. Like, you don't want to be on there naked one day and the next day you have your full outfit on. It is going to fluctuate by like a kilogram or like 2 pounds if you do that. This is how you get the most consistent results, and that is the key when it comes to weighing yourself. You want to be as consistent as possible. Once you get this number, either write it down on paper, keep it somewhere, or what I like to do is put it on a notes app or any other app that is just comfortable. So if you have any type of fitness app, put it on the fitness app and write it down every single day. Why do we not do this later in the day? Because we're going to be full of food, and depending on what we ate, the weight can fluctuate by quite a lot. So speaking of, don't get emotional over fluctuations. There are so many things that can affect your weight that have nothing to do with fat. So let's say the day before you ate some food that was higher in salt. Let's say you drank a bit more water. If you took in any type of alcohol, maybe you were sweating a lot. Maybe you ate a lot of vegetables, which has a lot of volume but not that many calories. This can heavily change how much you weigh. You can wake up in the morning and weigh like 5 kilograms or 10 pounds heavier than you went to sleep just because you maybe ate some higher volume foods or you drank more water. Or in the opposite sense, you could also weigh much less. If you had a day where you were out partying, if you drank a bunch of alcohol, you can wake up in the morning, and since alcohol dehydrates you and you probably sweat a bunch, you could weigh like 5 kilograms less or like 10 pounds less, 8 pounds less. It's quite normal that this happens. And so to avoid this and to have the most consistency, kind of ignore those outlier days and just look at the trend overall throughout the week. You want to weigh yourself every single day, but don't get hung up on one day where if you usually weigh like 80 kilograms, you wake up in the morning weighing 85. Like, you probably just overate that one day, and usually that one day doesn't last every single day, right? If you want to 10x your results, press the first link in the description, join our free Skool group. At 100 members, I'll make it paid. So if you join now, you get free lifetime access. If I give you anything of value, consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to stay savvy with your diet.